Hey guys, Bear here from TGS with another Assassin's Creed Origins livestream number 31. I figured I'd continue my playthrough. Initially had Little Nightmares DLC number 2 planned, but I'm going to push that back a week, do it next Sunday night, because I'm pretty close to closing out this game till its first DLC. I think there's only like 2 or 3 more Hippodrome races, and that's pretty much it for all the non-elite versions of the arenas, which aren't really a requirement, and they're basically the same thing we already did, plus like 4 levels or something like that. So it's it's nothing insane. I don't know if I'll go out of my way to rinse and repeat all that we did already, just to do it in the elite level. The only reason I would consider it is because you might get some specialty weapons or gear. We should be at the Hippodrome. There it is. I figure I'm going to go in the Hippodrome, do this, and then I also wanted to make 2 videos. One where we go from the top left corner of the map to the bottom right via horse on autopilot, and another one where we take a boat. I may try and do one or both today, but first things first. We're going to go back in here and do this race. I think it was 2 or 3 more. We already completed 2 plus the tutorial. It's kind of not my favorite type of event, but we only have a few left, so let's push through it. Yep, only 2 more left. So you just gotta win 2 out of 3 in first place and you'll be good. It's easiest to get on the first 2 races as well. TGS presents Assassin's Creed Origins Hippodrome Tournament. Saw Indiges, Cursus Magnus. Hopefully that's somewhat correct. Great race of Canopos, and you earned the honor of Sol Indicius. Basically, your goal is going to be to come in first for 2 out of 3 races, preferably the first 2. The last race is always the hardest, at least in the first few tournaments I did. So here we go, race 1. I recommend double tapping the drift button, going around turns, using your sprint on straights, and maintaining at least like 25 to 30% at all times. And yeah, this is where we want to win. The track seems to change each time. They add different barriers and stuff that people have to go around. The double tap gives you a nice little turn routine. And then you just want to be out and rinse and repeat. You can use your horses to somewhat block them. And apparently I get completely effed over, which is no surprise, because that's how this horse thing works. I don't know how horses get pit maneuvered, but that's pretty much what happened. Assassin's Creed. Like, what the hell? That would have never happened. We would have bumped around and crap and kept going straight, not making a 90-degree turn like we're a friggin' vehicle. We ain't no car on wheels, we got horses pulling us. We're gonna have to go back in and restart it. I'm not redoing the intro though. I'm not surprised. It's probably gonna take a few attempts on each of these last 2, and that's why I don't really think I care to do the next level up. Because I can't imagine it'd be worth it. So, race number 1. Holy crap, for real? And that pretty much sums up how the events go. You're gonna get randomly bumped, randomly passed, even when you're at like max throttle, somehow someone else is gonna pull up on you real fast. And do not, hit the power button when you're in turns, because it's really just effing me over at this point. We're gonna have to redo this already, I'm guessing. I'm not taking less than first on the first 2 races, or I restart. Because otherwise it's just not worth it. It gets harder each round. Yeah, that guy's way too out front. We're not catching. And full speed, that guy comes out and passes us.
Let us celebrate the speed and cunning of the victor!
And we're off. We gotta try and take the inside of all turns, because we'll do a lot better that way. So I might try triple tapping the turn on this one. See how that goes. So double tap. Definitely help a little bit. First place. We just need to win first on the second one, and then we pretty much have it in the bag. It's going to get harder each time, so keep that in mind. 5 points. Once you have 10 points, you technically, you're set. Especially if the other guys end up in varied positions, but if someone has 6 points, you're going to have to perform somewhat well in the last race. Just because then they could hit 11, so you won at least 2 points in the last race on that event. Last time I was lucky. We're going to see how this time goes. a 4-lap one, so this one's going to be intense. It's getting definitely more difficult with the lower visibility. Trying to floor it. The goal is to stay out of the middle of the road, because that's where, you know, it's the worst spot to be. Trying my best to keep my lead, but I'm nervous about this one. Especially because these guys keep coming for me, trying to rear end me over here. That's how they perform damage. Don't know why I ran across, should have tried to run straight. The final lap. The goal is to just keep them behind. Go! I can't see a damn thing in this fog. Flooring it. First place. That almost guarantees that we'll get the tournament win. We gotta see what the total numbers are right now to know what our threat is. We're at 10, the second place is at 3, meaning there's no way in heck they can catch up even if I'm in last place on the next race. So in the worst case scenario, we just suck it up. That's what happened with the second tournament is I ended up like falling off in the last race and getting like 5th place but in 0 points, but I automatically won because I already had 10. The closest guy had 3, so he couldn't catch up to me. The toughest part of this type of start is the fact that you got to get past everyone and they're all aggressive. You know, you take a lot of damage trying to pass some of these guys. Trying to share the road here. It's not gonna happen though. I mean, I'm perfectly fine in last on this race. I won, so it's not like it really matters. He like passed me on the inside, going like full speed. It's ridiculous. So far, my first tournament, I won the first 2, got second on the third one. Second tournament, I won the first 2, got 5th on the second one, the third one. So this one I'm hoping to break that with first, but as you can tell, it's really rough right now. But if I can get any points, it would just be rubbing it in their face. And considering their AI, we should probably do so. Please don't tell me my cart's gonna stay on fire. Alright, it went out. Yeah, don't go out of your way to ram people. I'm a #1 view. You do that, it could easily cause you to lose some spots. So we're just gonna have to cut the corner tight. Just be out. We need to be gone with the wind right here.
History-making contest. Here they come.
Alrighty, we should be able to floor it now and take home the first place. Wham-boosh. And congratulations, event complete, 150 drachma. That is how it's done. Would appreciate a like and a subscribe. So Darius Great Battle, interesting. Well, let's do it. It's the last one we need to do. TGS presents Assassin's Creed Origins Hippodrome Tournament. Darius Great Battle, a time-honored race in Persian style. Can you earn the grace of Darius? I'm trying to make it sound like a, you know, like it's a time trial. So I'm not sure if it's a race or a timed event. But we're about to find out. All the rest were normal races. Race 1. I'm guessing it's a normal tournament. I mean, they're basically all trials because you have to come in first place, but this looks like a legit race. My suggestions: at least double tap the drift button in turns. Try to save your boost at above 20% or higher, especially for when this is happening, where they get up your bung, start ramming you. You also want to try to take the inside of turns. For that reason that I just lost place. 2 spots. And yep, this sums up how this whole mode works. I'm not surprised that this is how it would start out. Every single friggin' tournament starts out with a shit show. Will you please? I really wish they would let you just restart the race. It's not a hard concept to add to a game, a restart button, but for some reason they completely forgot it in the Hippodrome races, which is kind of annoying.
Μέιζωνος Αφροσύνης, γιατί γάτω αυτόν, επιδιώτη.
Alright, so here we go, race number 1. Recommendations: double tap drift in the turns, try to take the inner path every turn, and use your boost down to like 30% on each straight, but make sure you don't accelerate while you're turning because that usually doesn't end well. And you want to try and watch out for the fire because all that does is take your health down. It's almost like you can't avoid the fire, so just a quick note to yourself. I usually double tap, but on this race I'm starting to think holding it down may be the smarter thing to do. We are on lap 3 of 4. If you went to the outside pass or path, that could possibly be the end of the race, so something to keep in mind. Yeah, F out of here. We need first place on the first 2 races of the tournament, or it's not worth completing. That's my recommendation. Oh my god. Seriously, game? I got screwed by the game, hands down. Screwed by the game. Always, guys. Seriously. This is so annoying. Alright, whatever. Let's go ahead and go back to them friggin' outside and go back all the way in, because we can thank Assassin's Creed for the horrible effing system inside these events. I really don't know what slipped their mind on having an easy restart race friggin' button. That's all we need. It's like, you know, people are gonna mess up. You built it for that to happen. So, would really appreciate if you would take the time to consider us when you make the game and actually put something in it that we could use, instead of having to load all the way out. Sorry for my agitation, but these races definitely do not make you, put you in a great mood. Especially when you get gypped half the time. I had that whole race in the bag, and then at the end I get screwed. The guy like friggin' pushing me out the way, and that was all it took. Like nothing you can do about it, because if you took the turn any differently, guess what? You would lose. So here we go, race 1. After trying this a few times, a few recommendations: try to save 20% or more sprint at all times. Second, hold down the drift button in turns, and accelerate right out of the turn down to about 30%, and then just hold your ground. You're going to want to try to stick to the inside as well as use your acceleration whenever they get on you like that. Trying to get on the inside track here and then boost. Be warned, they will push you out the way, they will bump you the whole 9 yards, and yeah, just be prepared for the worst pretty much when you do these races, because usually what happens is the worst. It's kind of like playing a slightly better enhanced version of Ben-Hur. Alright, we're on lap 3 out of 4. Here we go. Typical Assassin's Creed bullshit. Somehow you're in the lead and stuff, and then these guys get ridiculously high and friggin' top speeds out of nowhere. Thank God, it's about time. That sums up the race in every friggin' way. This whole friggin' tournament system, guys. Like, seriously. Go back to the friggin' double tap method, because obviously the holding down's not working. What the hell, game? Oh my fucking god. In all seriousness. Am I really just gonna get bumped and friggin' sent into a wall on the turn? How annoying is this friggin' mode? Seriously. This is just painful at this point. And it's one last damn race. I'm definitely not gonna do the elite stuff if this is how it's gonna be to play. It's just torture. Like friggin' almost a half hour just trying to do one damn race. Well, we got one done, but this dang race in itself is taking way too long. You know, if I take anything less than first, we're probably going to lose because the game will work against you in every way to make sure you lose if you're down below. Doing first choice, though, it almost works it for you, and then you're good to go. But I just know that somehow I will get screwed, so that's why I'm not accepting less than first. And gosh damn it, it starts me in like a different spot, so when I go to run like I normally was, apparently I'm running a different way all the way the fuck around. Excuse my language, but this is really just annoying. In every way possible. Let's go to hell in the damn place and try again for like the 12th friggin' time. I really wanted all the gear and crap you get, like, it's not even worth it. Like, doing this on elite mode sounds fucking bloody terrible. So here we go, race number 1. So that's that. First place. Finally got it. What a pain in the butt to get first on that first race. But once you get it, congratulations. You're 2/3 the way there. Just win the next race and you're almost guaranteed to work out. Unless somebody gets second choice in a row, then you're going to have to pull at least 2 points on the last race to get it. The second race you start second in line out of 3, and then in the third race you're going to start all the way back. Just make the pass early on. Take the outside track. I don't really like to, but we didn't really get an option there. It's not good though, because these guys are on our inside now. Our goal is to get first, but depending how it goes, I might just accept second. That's nice. Well, that's nice. The game like set me up right there to get burned, no question about that. My goal was to try and burn them, but as usual, they get like ridiculously tough out of the clear blue. Start dominating. For instance, all these guys came out of nowhere. Legitimately. This is how this whole race system works. Unusual utter BS. That's the one thing I learned about Assassin's Creed Hippodrome. Expect utter BS at most times. I'm going to try and rebuild some power for the last straight here, because we really need it. Go, go, go. First place, second race. Once we see the overall point system, we'll know if we have this one in the bag officially. So we should be at 10 points, as long as the next person... nope, they're at 6 points. So technically, if they win first on the next race, they can beat me if I lose. I have to come in at least 3rd place on the next race to have a good turnout now, to ensure that I don't get tied or lose. Unless he makes, you know, a major mistake and doesn't come in first. That's the other thing we can hope on. We're starting all the way in the back at this point. So my goal is to try and push forward as much as possible early on. We're going to throw right in the fire twice, right off the bat. I won't lie, I got pretty lucky there that we did not get like tossed out or murdered, because that definitely didn't go as I was hoping. This one's 5 laps, of course, so slightly longer. You know, keep thinking positive, push hard, because this mode can be pretty annoying. I don't know what the hell happened right there. We just like straight up like drift stopped. No lie. I don't know why. But either way, luckily we didn't lose our position. I was kind of scared for a second there. Alright, you know, we're going right through the fire. Why? Because we need to. Because we need to hold our placement in the race. They're not giving us much options here. There's always going to be the guy who's going to give you a run for your money. Just make sure to push on. Again, your goal is to come in at least third on this race, if you're in my situation. In the other races, I never got put in this situation where I required 6 points to win. Well, I mean, we're second place had 6 points, so they only needed 5 points to beat me, meaning they need first. If they get second, they tie me. We don't want either of those. So we need to at least get a like a 2-pointer here to be in the safe zone. We're heading into that final lap. About half health. Floor it. First place by surprise. I did not expect to get first again, but I did, thankfully. On probably the toughest race that I've had to do so far. Event complete, 150 drachma. We got the Pharaoh's horse mount, and that unlocks the elite tournaments, which are pretty much the same thing, just in a tougher difficulty. So hope there's that. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and sub. That was like the biggest pain in the butt ever. So we completed all the main tournaments. Again, the elite tournaments, like we have Nike's Wing Victory, Nike's Wing RMS Divine Justice. It's all the same shit. And the time trials. I mean, I've never done one. I'm not going to record the time trial, though. Go ahead and just see what it is. So it seems to be against other people's, like, ghosts. I full out blame this on the start. I'm restarting. Because my start was effing awful. It did not accelerate. I was hitting the A button, which is supposed to be, you know, extra power. It didn't work. I'm not going to accept that. That was BS. And I accidentally slipped my finger on the turn. Honest to fucking God, I can't see where I'm at in this fucking people. Like, what the hell am I supposed to see? It's the most distracting thing ever. I really wish you were just on the track yourself. It's like, especially because they surround you, then you can't tell what the hell's going on. I can't have a clear picture, you know, how my character's doing anything or anything. Apparently all it does is you get a time and that's it. I don't know, it's like not the most exciting thing in the world. I say screw this, let's go ahead and try to do our horse video. So, initially what I was thinking was Alexandria down to Crocodilopolis for our journey. But it might be smart to start in Apollina and then try and set a marker in the lower right corner and see if we're able to even start traveling. And if not, we can try doing Alexandria to Crocodilopolis. It's a pretty crazy ride. My question is if we can even make it down here. Like, this is like the furthest, most rightmost place we can go, it seems. Trying to see if it calculates it. Wow, it does. Alright. We're trying to go as far northwest as possible. So let's go ahead and work our way out there. Okay, just head straight in this road and start in this town. We can do Apollonia down to the other area. Okay, I don't think we can reverse. So I'm trying to like reverse a little bit here. So I want to start back in here. Alright, so Apollonia. All the way down to... That's like the furthest it'll take me. The problem is down here there are no roads. So, you know. That's 11,231. What's this? 11,36. Let's see if it even sets a marker and if it can even take us there. Yeah, that's the problem I was thinking. So what we're going to do is we're going to just set it to where I had it. Seems like to be the furthest point we can get by vehicle. It's going to be a nice, crazy long ride in which I'm going to trust the horse to get us there safely. Let me just check something. Like, how far is this? 10,692. 11,289. 12. 39. Alright, let's do it. We're basically going down to Hermopolis. See what we got. We got what's called the Scout Chariot.
Expecto Paulis Bear.
TGS presents Assassin's Creed Origins Road Trip Apollonia to Hermopolis, top left corner of the map to the bottom right corner of the map in the Scout Chariot using autopilot. Apparently I'm being targeted right now by that guy, but he's not attacking, so we'll just be out. I'm starting right here. It seems to be a perfect start point. When I did the bird video, I started all the way back here, but coming down from the angle, I'm going to start in Apollonia, and our goal is to go all the way down to the bottom right area right here, which is the furthest marker I could place using roads. So technically we're not going all the way to the bottom right corner, technically in this region, but this is the closest we can get in roads, so that's what we're doing. Pretty much we're going to be all the way down by the Tomb of Menkar, and technically southern Hermopolis. Here's the Hermopolis area, and this is the mountain right south of it. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. I'm going to be allowing the horse to take us there automatically using autopilot, and that's pretty much it. Got a little over 11,000 meters to cover here. As you can see, the horses are killing civilians in autopilot mode, so that's my only concern, is that hopefully we don't kill enough people to have it despawn us. We have a nice long ride. I've never done this before. First time. Seems like it's going to take quite a bit, but either way, I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to look around at the surroundings while we're on this trip. Not sure if we're going to pass through any major cities. We're just following the road however it wants to get us there. We might not even pass any major cities, who the heck knows. But as you can tell, we're already making some progress. About to cover the first 1,000 meters shortly. So let's see how it goes. Apparently we're being attacked, but I'm going to ignore it as we're on a road trip here trying to figure out, about how long it'll take to cross the map, and etc., from top left corner of the road area to the bottom right corner of available road area. If I placed a marker anywhere that wasn't near a road, it basically wouldn't have counted. It would not use autopilot, which is our main goal here. As you can see, we just killed another person, and we have slightly under 10,000 meters remaining. I'm going to guess this is going to take quite a bit of time. Can't really estimate it, but it's somewhere. Maybe 15 to 30 minutes, somewhere in there. There's Alexandria in the background. You can see the tower. If the horse will keep driving me, I'll take care of him. Just because he was catching up and trying to whack me, he deserved it. Here we are. See, it looks like we're going through the Green Mountain States Peridian area right now. Not sure exactly which gnome we're in. "9,000 meters remain. If I had to guess, I'm going to say about 15 to 20 minutes until we get to our destination. Pretty long ride, but technically not that long. If you enjoy this, please check out my video where I took Senu and flew him from the top left corner of the map limits to the bottom right corner of the map limits, doing the furthest distance possible. As a pretty crazy flight video. I'm also going to go ahead and try to take a boat from the top left corner of the ocean area to as far down the bottom right corner as we can go via boat. That's going to be a way different pathway because we're going to have to cross different areas and go a completely different shape. This is kind of more straight to the point than the boat ride will be for sure. And that's the other thing, we're probably going to get attacked a bunch of times on our way down. I see the pyramids, so we're making some coverage right here. We're getting attacked again, but they're level 6 enemies, so they're not really a threat. And we're pretty much cutting across to Alexandria. I'm wondering if it's going to take us around Lake Mariotis and then down the right, side of the map. That's what it's starting to feel like at this point. Because there is the lake, there's Alexandria in the background. I was expecting a slightly more direct path, but it seems like we're going more so east than south right now. For the last 3,000 meters. This should be interesting to see what happens here. Seems like we're gonna head down through this little town over here. Well, poor animal got pooned. And we just pooned that.
Out of the way!
It's where we've killed at least 3 people in this autopilot mode so far.
Clear the way! Now!
And we officially ran into a problem. Gonna have to just continue on. Sorry about that. Completely out of my my control. The horses decided to run into that barrier. That definitely slowed us down a few seconds, but don't think a big enough, reason to worry. We'll just continue on. There's always room for error. There's always going to be some random mistake by the horses. They're going to swerve around more than they should. They're going to run into stuff. We're going to get attacked. So the goal is to just see how long it takes to follow the road system down to the bottom corner. Using autopilot, seems like we're heading a little bit northeast now, like we're pulling back our progress a little bit. But again, it's trying to wrap around to one of the eastern side roads that'll take us straight down. I think that's Giza that we see right there with the pyramids. We've made it pretty far along here. Covered almost 5,000 meters. And then we're adding some, so we're covering a lot more meters technically, but overall distance around 5,000 meters covered. Hoping we're finally making our way south. We're probably going to get taken through some enemy outposts and whatnot. I've had that happen quite a few times. Uh-oh, this is scary. Dang, they did it. They've handled the slalom. There's the pyramids. Nothing really behind us. Over there. Looks like some more ruins. There's a town over there. Or some temple or something like that. Chariot riding down in Giza. If we're going to be taken south through Memphis and all those locations. And here we go, passing through town. Pretty small town, so we're already through it. Beep. Too bad we don't have a horn to honk at these mofos when they're blocking the road. Pyramids in the background again. Must be insane to actually see the pyramids for real. Just standing there. Don't get tired, horses. You're gonna keep going through the night here. We still got basically a third to cover. A little bit more than a third. Those birds heading out of the field. Go find another field to eat from all their foods and fruits and whatnot. Alright, I think we're crossing into a major city from what I'm thinking. Definitely. And we're in Memphis. So here's Memphis. We're gonna be strolling right through, you know, the downtown. Nice little tour of what Memphis looks like. A lot of water channels. They have that building up top there with the big statues. Yeah, it's a very nice looking town. Very, very connected with the water, as you can see. Just many waterways through it, which is good and bad. Good for trade, bad for the fact there's crocodiles in these environments, and you'll actually find crocs just chilling in the waters around town here and there. So always be careful. Here is like one of the biggest places here. It's pretty large. I think we're slowly getting towards the southern border of the city. We'll be breaking out of here pretty shortly, straight down the road. We're down to 2,800 meters remaining. Definitely a long journey. Thinking, is it as long as I thought it would be? I thought it would probably be a little bit longer. I'm not gonna lie. I was suspecting 30 to 45 minutes, and we're at 17:30, including the introductory commentary. So that's how that goes. Alright, here we go. And that was Kirk. Small little town. Definitely not as nice as Memphis. Like, the quality is substantially different. That kind of looks more like what you would call a slum, or, you know, just definitely not as nice. You go to like Alexandria and Memphis, all these major cities, and they're absolutely amazing looking. And then there's a lot of towns that are just degraded and broken down. This bridge is open to me as well. I'm crossing it. I mean, you pretty much had to cross. I wasn't paying the toll, so they got angry. Plus, some Bayek could see while I'm like their worst enemy. It's a lot of flamingos. Try to shoot at them, yes. Would have been crazy if you hit them. So we're, closing in on the final stretch. We covered a lot of land in this last little bit. The majority of time was just crossing over to Lake Mariotis, and I don't know if it's Mariotis, Mariotis. I'll just call it Mariotis. And that consumed most of our time because we didn't do a direct channel down here. We kind of went from the west to the east coast, crossed most of the top, and then came down the east coast. So it's been much more direct at this point. We went straight through Memphis and all. And we're right around slightly over 21 minutes. I'll try and calculate an exact time and post it in the video's description, since at this time, I don't have an exact number. But going off, including the introduction, I think we're closing in about 22 minutes to do it. Minus, a minute or two. So around 20 minutes to cross is a decent estimate. Here we are in Hermopolis, the closest town to where we're heading. I initially wanted to go down to the elephant camp for Quatesh and Reshep, but it wouldn't autopilot from there, so I ended up picking this area and ended up being one of the furthest points we can go by road. We're at Etesias Olive Grove, making them olives out here. And apparently my horses made a major error. I had it selected to go to a custom marker, and apparently they just ran past it. Here it is. So we didn't go very far past it. I'm not sure what happened there. We just lost a few seconds, but I'm gonna say my estimate's still decent. What is going on? Alright guys, follow the road. Alright, now we're gonna drive the rest of this. I can't trust the dang horses, obviously. All I gotta do is follow this road, which I figured they could do for heck's sake. Alright, try to put it back in autopilot. Let's see if they pull together for this one. They're like contemplating if they wanted to break the fence, but this thing doesn't ever reverse, so they didn't have an option. Jeez. Oh, we just pooned an animal there. And here we go.
What?
We made it right down here, of course, to an enemy camp. But at 23 minutes, 58 seconds is when I made it here. So slightly over 20 minutes from top left corner road to bottom right. I'm just running over here so they don't attack me. Pretty much all we did was we started all the way up here. In Apollonia, up in this corner. And we pretty much came down here and we crossed over to here. And we kind of worked our way across this road right here, it seems like, over to Lake Mariotis. We headed south along this road and around. We ended up working our way down here, working our way over to here, and then heading down through here, through Memphis, continuing down, crossing over the bridge. From there, I think we broke down the side road here, followed this down, went around, and we finally made it to this point. Quite an amazing journey. Pretty crazy. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my Sendu video as well as my boat video for doing this journey. Would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. If you're watching live, that was pretty wild. I think this time I'm going to go ahead and consider my options for doing a boat run. Because again, all that's left is the Elite Arena. I thought I took out most of those statues, but they kind of vanish. It seems like they, if you're not near them, you don't see them on the map. So otherwise, I'll go take down the Ptolemy statue. We passed like 2 of them, but I'm not seeing any Ptolemy statues on the map here. They're not a requirement, but I was just doing them to, you know, for completion purposes. But I'm not going to go out of my way to go around the entire map via foot trying to find them. I did all the arena stuff except the elite versions, which are the same thing, just, you know, higher level or more difficult. You know, the Hippodrome's just more difficult, while as the gladiator arenas are about 4 levels higher for completion. They just don't sound worth it. You get some outfits that I'll probably never wear, from what I understand, so I'm just not thinking that's probably not going to be a priority. So we got the Pharaoh's horse as one of our gifts from the thing. We also have fangs. So I'm guessing we just get another mount or 2 if we do the rest of the races. And for outfits, from what I heard, all you do is get Roman legionaries in different colors. That's really it. So it makes you, you know, think twice about if it's worth it. Outfits I'll never wear. A horse I may never use because I really like having this dual horse setup. So yeah, either way, let me think about this real quick. If I start all the way up in this corner, we take the boat down. We're going to have to take the boat down this coast until we hit Alexandria, cut through here, cross the lake over to here, head down this channel all the way to here, and then just take this channel all the way down to this bottom corner. That's what I'm thinking for the boat ride. Let's go ahead and go up to Apollonia, and then go from there. We're going to have to kill these people though first, apparently. Maybe not. I already beat the trial Sobek, so I'm not sure why it's still showing up. I'm guessing you get to repeat it if you want to. I don't see a point in repeating it. Alrighties, go ahead and do this. If there's enough time, I'm considering trying in Alexandria to Crocodilopolis. Autopilot, just for the heck of it, you know, spawn at the center of the one town and just set the marker for the center of Crocodilopolis. Probably take like 10 minutes or something like that, but major city to major city. Just sounds like it would be cool. Especially because I'm pretty much done most of everything I planned for this game. I might just put the game on hold at this point until the next DLC comes out, where then I can, you know, go back through and do anything additional. Because again, we covered the main story, all the side missions that I know that are available. There might be more, but I don't want to go around the map for 10 hours trying to find them. I got the collectibles, I got the achievements, I did the papyrus stuff. what else did I do? I did all the base arena events, just not the elite, because, you know, it's just repetitive. There's a chance I might try to do the elite, but 100% tomorrow I'm switching over to Call of Duty, Forza Motorsport 7, and Star Wars Battlefront 2. If I do decide to play this and continue on the elite path, I'll probably do it next weekend and start it and beat it within a few weeks. The other option is just to wait till the DLC, then I can go back to the elite arena once I level up a bit more. Because I'm pretty sure with the DLC, we're going to be able to level up a little bit. That's definitely not what we wanted to do. We did not want to break the boat. That's the other thing, if the boat breaks, I'm just going to do an emergency move and take someone else's boat, continue our journey. We're just pushing up here a little bit. Once we start seeing the wall start showing up for the limits of the map, we'll make it turn around. I'm gonna move away from it enough that it stops bothering me. This should be a really interesting boat journey. I'm gonna have to try my best to remember the path, and it might be smart to just, you know, try and really think about where I need to go. And maybe use markers the whole way down. You know, just legit use markers the whole time. TGS presents Assassin's Creed Origins, doing a boat trip from the northwest top corner of the map to the southwest bottom corner of the map in the ocean channels, rivers, etc. So we're all the way up here, basically on the border of where the map lets you go before you know, go into unallowed territory. And we're going to go ahead and try to travel down this path right here along the coast, making our way to Alexandria. So maybe a little bit more direct, but we're going to head straight for Alexandria right here. Head through this channel, and then we're going to go ahead and head down this channel right here. You know, down through Kakem Nome, Sapme Nome, along the border of Sapi Res Nome, head down into Edneb Hedjet Nome, past these towns, eventually past Memphis, Tefpehu Nome, and end up in Haris Nome in its bottom corner. As we can't go anywhere else as a desert, and you know, we can't take the boat that way, but that's the plan. Not sure how long it'll take. It took about between 20 and 25 minutes for me to do it on a horse from Apollonia all the way down to Haris Nome's bottom corner. So I'm interested to see how this goes. We're going to go ahead and start at 1:30 so we have a reference point. And we're off. 1,300 or 13,072 meters, I believe was the number we spotted right there. This is probably not a good way to start. Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna have to restart, guys, because I made a dumb fucking mistake and drove right into that. Sorry about that. Don't have to do the whole intro again, but I think we might have to. I blatantly effed it up. This time I'm just gonna, you know, make pauses to set markers on this journey. There's no way in hell I'm gonna know exactly what boat channels to go down and whatnot. My bad. I hate to re-record it from the beginning. We wasted a whole minute talking. Let's do it again. TGS presents Assassin's Creed Origins boat trip from the top northwest corner of the map to the bottom southwest corner of the map using all the water channels in the game and staying on a boat for most of the journey. Well, all of the journey, hopefully, but if we crash or lose the boat, we're just going to swim until we can grab another boat and continue on. Starting all the way up here in the top corner of Karinika, near the Meso GOC. We're going to head straight down this path to Alexandria right here, head through this channel into Lake Mariotis, head down through Sapme Nome, Kakem Nome along the Sapi Res Nome border, Edneb Hedjet Nome, down past Memphis, down Tefpehu Nome, and end up in the bottom quarter of Horus Nome, 13,091 meters away. I'm going to go ahead, and since I'm not 100% sure, where exactly each spot I got to go is, without thinking about it, I'm going to set markers, and each time we hit a marker, we're going to quickly set a next marker, and just do our best to head down there with only using like 3 markers or something like that. This is just to try and optimize it. We're going to start at 1 minute and 30 seconds to try and get a rough estimate of time. I'm going to aim a little bit more to this direction because last time I ended up hitting rocks when I tried to start. And that's about it. Interested to see how long this takes because by horse it took me about 25 minutes. Slightly less, but around there, including the intro commentary. So I'm wondering if this is going to take about the same amount of time. Marker number 1 we're heading to is Alexandria. So once we get over to Alexandria, we'll set a second marker all the way down by like Sapi Res Nome. And then from there, we'll just probably set one in the bottom corner because it's a straight south journey from there down the eastern side of the map. It's not a direct path, it's kind of a west to east path, then a break southeast, and then eventually we head directly south. So over there is Apollonia. I think you see Cyrene in the background. See, Alexandria is straight ahead. You see that tower in the background? That's it. It's a northernmost point tower. Nice little ride, a little bit out from the coast. A little bit out of the busy boat channel as well, if you can tell. We're kind of just passing by. Less maneuvering required doing this direct pathway to Alexandria. I think we're starting to pass Peridian, the Peridian Nome. It's right over there. Could still be a bit of Kyrenica back there, or over there where we're looking. Not sure exactly where the gnomes change. We're just kind of out here in the sea. So we're not close enough to land to technically know. I always feel like the boat's pretty decently fast. I'm interested to see how long this takes. Is it more efficient to hop in a boat and travel from up here all the way down? Or is it faster to hop in a, horse? Hop on a horse or hop in the carriage type thing on the back it pulls and make your way down? Deep water out there, some boats chilling. We are 2,000 meters from Alexandria's turn point. I'm remember it did take quite some time to take the horse from Apollonia to out near Alexandria, but we didn't cut through Alexandria. We cut south of it, south of the lake below it. Honestly, the biggest concern is probably going to be as we cut from Alexandria over to the east coast of the map, because we're going to have to pretty much cut through Croc and Hippo territory, and that's where it's going to get a bit rough. I'm not very concerned about it, but you do know that a few attacks can break your boat, and then we could possibly be stranded, lose time, lose progress. I'm not really sure what to expect yet, because I never crossed a map in this way before. It's like a crazy voyage, but I'm interested to see how this goes. Promised the subs I would do this, so here I am doing it. Really great game, I really enjoyed it. Positives, they revamped the game. I like the fighting system better. At first I wasn't sure, now I like it better for sure. Just more raw, more legit. And I like how they added all the different features, how we have an open world now instead of having the fast travel between cities like we did in Assassin's Creed 2 and 3. But the one thing that I miss the most are these big cities like the ones in Assassin's Creed 2. Just really big cities, and that was what most of the map was. Same with Syndicate and Unity. I'm just so used to these enormous cities. Alexandria is pretty big, and Memphis. Crocodilopolis ain't too bad. Philadelphia, all in this game. But yeah, that's just my view. So I'm gonna quickly check the map, see where we're headed. Just want to make sure that's not the channel to our right. Minor pause. Minimal time taken out of our journey, so we're still gonna roll with it. I'll probably make a few pauses max during this run. It's mostly about just ensuring I'm taking the right channels as I make my way down. Seems like this is the way to go. So here we are, Alexandria. Just popped up on the top of the screen as well to let us know we made it. We're just going to full steam ahead through here. And apparently we are running into a problem here. That is not good. Unexpected emergency. I'm thinking we might have to rechart our course and make a break for this direction. I'm trying to stay on one boat for most of it. I did not expect to not be able to, fit under there. The boat is really tall, though. I should have thought about that. I don't think we're going to make it through the right path either. So, unfortunately, we're adding a bit of time on, but this is part of the process of trying to get around the map. Minor setback for sure. I did not expect us to get stuck there. I thought we were going to have a straightforward channel down there. But not, as you could tell, instead of heading through the lake, down through those gnomes, we're going to basically head across the top and work our way down through Heracleon, down to the eastern channel on the map that heads down by Memphis and everything. You can't really tell from the map. Like, it looked like there was a perfect water channel right there. Like we wouldn't have had much trouble getting through it. But blatantly, that's not how it worked out. Just gonna keep this journey going though. We're already 10 minutes invested here. Definitely not restarting over that. We'll just consider it up to a minute lost or so, something around that. So it's kind of negligible, probably less than 10% error, as long as it's 1 minute out of 10 minutes. So, and it'll probably take 20 to 30 minutes So it's probably like a 5% error now. We'll take it. Sorry guys, not something I planned for. Here is the tower north of Alexandria. Pretty crazy climb. I think I did some side missions here and a main mission. Apparently we hit something there, like a little bump of sand. Should probably, or obviously breaking away from the land, but next time I have to keep my eyes open as we get closer to shore. Don't want to get stuck on one of those in the middle of this trip and have to waste time swimming to a new boat. Luckily, if you try this and you end up getting stuck, keep in mind that these guys will try to pick you up on their boats if you're out swimming, so just let them come to you, hop on and leave. You can bring them with you for the journey. They could have a nice trip as well. So I'm just going to follow my marker because we looked and it seemed like this is the best bet to head all the way down and around to XXXI. Basically had to cross the entire top of the map, and then we're finally going to break south. Alright, so 900 meters away from our point to break south. Quickly gonna do a quick map check. Don't promise. Well, I promise that I won't do too many of these, but yeah, that's probably the best bet. We're gonna head over to that wide channel. It's a pretty nice sized channel. There'll be less confrontation with boats and whatnot. It's going to be more direct. The other way, we're going to do swerving through tighter channels, swerving through crocodile hippo areas, going through the town. So overall, this seems to be like a direct, straight south passage. And I don't think I'll just need a marker at the bottom of the map once we hit this and know where to go. I just want to hit it first before I set that marker. And then we won't need any more markers for this run. So it seems like right here is where we want to go ahead and break south. So we're going to go ahead and set a marker, straight down south, and then follow this path all the way down. And eventually we'll make it down here. It's approximately almost 10,000 meters away. So, welcome to XXXI. It's just a bunch of islands, pretty much, gathered together here and there. If we had that boat right there without the sail, that would have been perfect, like for getting through town. So keep that in mind. Your boat choice will change your outcome. I decided to have a boat with a sail. I'm not sure if that makes a big difference for speed or not, but it might. I don't know though, the actual technical values of these. But we're just going to roll with what we got. 15 minutes in. Approximately 13 and a half minutes into this already. And there was my warning. There are wild animals out here. Hippos back there. So we gotta be extra careful to not get any boat damage on the way down. We got all these, veggies and maybe fruits and stuff. Gotta deliver it. So it's quite a busy channel. That was a close one, but I wasn't. I just kept it flooring. Hippo. He didn't seem too happy back there. Now he's apparently chasing me, and he lost me in that quick little period. Don't want to get too close to shore, but I'm going to cut through here. Exactly what I was worried about. Ground and boats. We're getting like stuck on other boats or something here. Sorry guys. Unexpected issue. There we go. I guess our sails were bumping, or who the heck knows, but we legit got like stuck there. That's what I get for trying to take that little shortcut close to shore. Gonna do my best to stay away from the shorelines now. Obviously that doesn't go well if you get too close, which is just common sense. But it seems like there's quite a few mounds in these waters that are just a little bit out from the coast, but high enough that they bottom out the boat. Would look around a bit more, but that is exactly why I don't want to look around in the first place, but also the fact that we haven't seen many scenic things. We saw Alexandria and whatnot. There's finally the pyramids in the background. It's gonna really try to avoid collisions here on out. They're definitely slowing us down more than I expected in this channel right here. We just want to keep heading southeast, and it seems like this way is where we want to go. About 7,000 meters away from where we want to go. There is a town right over there. A small little town. Straight ahead are the mountains across from the eastern side of the map. So you know we're making progress here. And it's just going to be like 6,500 meter journey south, I'm guessing, from over here. Something like that. Maybe a little bit less, but good enough of an estimate. We're making our way out into the main channel right here. We don't want to cut to the right, we want to go around. There's a lot of traffic out here, if you guys can't tell already. So we just broke the 6K km slot kilometers. Eventually we'll be passing Memphis, which will be the most significant area that we pass down this river channel. unfortunately, you're not able to see the Crocodilopolis from here and whatnot. We're too far east. Pretty sure that's Giza over there that we're looking at. Officially, we're going to be at 20 minutes of travel time momentarily once we hit 21:30 on the stream time, aka the video time, which is in about 5 seconds. So, not too shabby. This is definitely going to be a tight race because, as I mentioned, around 25 minutes, including commentary, is when I got done my horse ride journey. So I'm interested to see how these, differ. The only thing is I had a few collisions with this, more so than with the horses so far. And we had to reroute once due to not being able to get the boat under a little tunnel under the bridge. So we'll see what happens. If we're within like a minute or two of the time, then I'm going to say it's almost identical, as long as you don't make the mistakes I made. But you're probably going to run into those issues here or there. $4,250 meters. A little bit over 4,000 meters remaining. I think that's Memphis over there, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's Memphis. Pretty decently sized city. We're just not close enough to like fully see its detail. And that would have been a collision if I didn't check my heading there for a sec. I'm not surprised, but I'm gonna say right off the bat that it seems like the horse method's a lot faster using autopilot. Even though it felt like it was a drag, this was more so a drag. We had to cover more land total, do a much wider sweep across the entire north to head south rather than cutting across and breaking our way southeast. We were pretty much southeast almost most of the time. We did break north a few times on the horse ride because that's what the roads, did. They took you up and around and here and there. So far on this, it's been way more direct, just taking more time. And again, we lost like a minute or two to collisions and misdirection, so... But regardless of that, I'm pretty sure the horse is more efficient at this point. So now we gotta cut across the desert. We'll just beach it and start paddling across. And unfortunately, we just gotta go a little bit out of the aim we're going for and head this way. See some sort of town over there or something. Looks like something's on fire up there. I think it's just lights. So here's another town. We're making our way down pretty good. $2,300 meters remaining. And we're going to take it all the way to the corner where we start seeing the, the Animus wall. Tells us we're going to leave the area and get basically despawned and placed back. A little bit close to the shore for my comfort. Let's see, there's nothing really to look at over there. There's another town. You can barely see it. Down to the last 1,800 meters. Trying to avoid this guy, but he's like making me get over so much that I'm not comfortable with it. Slow down, bro. Let me through. If anyone's wondering, my outfit, I got it doing the ancient temples, the ancient mechanisms, completed them all, and ended up getting it. It's a pretty sweet outfit. And down to the last 800 meters. Seems like I want to go around this little edge. That was quite the journey. Quite a long journey as well. And as expected, it took longer. So close. We're just going to keep pushing back once we hit this area though until we see the wall pop up. So let us know we're leaving the area, and that's when we'll stop. So there you have it. 30 minutes 20 seconds was the time. I had my my mic muted, sorry. But so you subtract 1.5 minutes from that, and it's approximately 28 minutes 50 seconds around there to get here. And if you subtract like 2 minutes just for the accidents I had, it's around 26. So in the end, the horse is definitely a few minutes faster, between 3 and 5, I'd have to say, on estimate. And definitely way easier, especially with autopilot. either way, I hope you guys enjoyed my journey down here. It was quite a crazy journey. Took a half hour. But that's about that. Would appreciate if you like, subscribe, check out our other content. And that's that. That was pretty wild. That was quite the journey. We're all the way down there outside too. So the other thing I wanted to try was getting to Crocodilopolis from Alexandria, which would probably consume the rest of the available time if we do this. I'm just like thinking about it. I did all the main missions, I did all the side missions, I did the Anubis mission, we did all the Papyrus stuff, we did all the base arena stuff. Anything else arena is just a repeat with a little bit higher level. A few rewards here and there, but I'm not interested in jumping into that today. I'll think about it and I may or may not work on it in the near future. But I'm not going to promise anything at this point. I might wait till the DLC comes out to consider getting into it. Especially because once the DLC comes out, I'm guessing the level will get increased and it'll just make the elites a lot easier as well. So here we are. Let's go ahead and get our horse in. Now we go ahead and we set a marker for downtown Crocodilopolis. 8203 meters away. Let's go ahead and start it. Actually, give me a sec. I forgot to stop recording the damn video, of course, so now it has the wrong name. That's great. Let's see. Scout Chariot. Make a marker there so I know the previous video is incorrect. TGS presents Assassin's Creed Origins, doing a road trip from Alexandria to Crocodilopolis in the Scout Chariot. Pretty much it's around, I think it's 8203 meters. We're starting all the way up here at Alexandria, the northernmost major city. And we're going to head from downtown Alexandria, right here where the marker is, all the way down to the center of Crocodilopolis, the marker right here, which is like the furthest down major city. And we're going to be running autopilot on the horse for the whole trip. So we're going to allow, the horse to control where we go. And we'll go from there. The horse is obviously off to a rough start, trying to kill people in the process, but we're finally on the way. Seems like we're gonna break east and head down one of these side paths. We're probably gonna go past the stadium and head down the roads that way, from what it seems. And our autopilot system obviously is being a little bit rough here, but we're just going to keep trucking along because it is an autopilot completely out of my control. And it is prone to minor error, so we can expect random things to occur here and there once in a while. Seems like the city up here is a high-risk area. We've had like 2 incidents so far. Same one on my previous run where we had quite a few incidents. Sometimes the horses like run into something they can't go through and get stuck. But hopefully the rest of the journey is pretty straightforward. This is our first time taking this route that we're taking right now. I think the hippodrome's out here somewhere. Not too sure. We're kind of breaking southeast on it. There it is. 300 some meters away over there. You can see the big building in the background. That is it. This guy's camping, they don't even know what just happened. I just go cutting through. We are crossing a lot of water channels here. This is probably a high risk for crocodile, hippos. Just made sure it's set to the marker correctly, so I tapped Y. aka triangle on PlayStation. Still got quite a bit to go. But we're finally heading south instead of directly, you know, east, so we should hopefully start hammering out some of this distance here. We got people diving out the way to avoid us.
Clear the way.
Seems like we're taking some shortcut roads as well, for sure. But I'm letting the game do it however it wants. Apparently the horses got stuck right here because they couldn't decide how to go around the fence. Sorry about that. Out of my control, as usual. Geez, that guy almost hit us. Luckily the autopilot, since the accident, moved out the way. Usually likes to get into collisions though. But be warned. Down to 7,400 meters. 4 minutes in, including the intro. If you watch this, would really appreciate you check out the other videos I worked on. I took Senu from the top corner of the map to the bottom right corner. I did a horse ride from up at Apollonia down to the south easternmost point I could find on the road. And I also took a boat across the entire top of the map and then down. So, pretty crazy. This took a lot longer than this should take. We're down to 6,900 meters. Something's going on here, but we're gonna go ahead and leave. You know, we're on a busy road trip here, guys. Peace out. And here we go. A little bit of swerviness here. A little bit off-road. Here's the road. Seems like we're taking some shortcuts here and there, but they are authorized by the game's autopilot, so we're just gonna allow them. Is that Giza? I'm not sure if we finally made it down to Giza. I met the pharaoh in Giza. Cutting through these ancient lands. Let me look at this stuff. Ancient civilization. Yet we're in ancient Egypt, and all this all these structures were there and broke down over this time period, which means they're very old on top of what we already are in the game. It's pretty crazy. These horses would be exhausted if this was their real life, real trip. They've just been running the whole time. It's out of my control. Autopilot is willing to kill people.
Out of the way!
We nailed the crap out of that person. 5,500 meters remain. We're not really eating those meters as quickly as I was hoping. I suspect this will be a 10 to 15 minute ride. Especially if we start breaking south like we are right now. Then, you know, we'll definitely get it. There we go, getting into a collision.
Out of the way! Now! What's wrong with you?
And here we are, heading into Memphis. To be a great spot to, you know, pull over, grab some food, try and find a hotel that probably didn't exist because it's ancient Egypt.
Had you ever seen the Queen before? No.
I mean, I guess you could go pay to stay at the brothel overnight. I mean, in all seriousness, if there's no hotels, you might as well just pay if you had the money. Which I'm guessing a lot of people didn't. That kid got horrified. Here we are passing all these structures. Cutting through here. We just crossed under 3.5 kilometers, so we're making progress. We're probably gonna have to start breaking west at some point and head across a few channels, and eventually we'll make it into downtown Crocodilopolis, our overall goal. As you can tell, we're out of Memphis at this point. Getting into the rural areas again. Not sure if we're going to pass any other. There should be like small towns, but the next major town will be Crocodilopolis. Geez, our autopilot mode tried to kill us right there. Put us right into a wall. a bunch of hyenas trying to chase me. Peace out. So the autopilot's sense of when to turn and go around people is kind of horrifying. Kind of just like aims at a wall and just rips to the side.
Out of the way! What's wrong?
So we're going through downtown Kirk now. This is definitely different than when I took the top northwest corner to bottom southwest or southeast corner of the map I mentioned before. This is where we're going in a different pattern. In the other video, I'm pretty sure we kept heading down. But we're officially breaking west at this point. I don't know for sure. Honestly, I think we might have had to go around this way. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and guess we had to go around this way. Let me see. Confirm. Yeah, I think this is the bridge that we had to cross. So I am wrong, but across the bridge is where I'm guessing we'll start to take a different approach. So I was wrong. We are in the same path. I just wasn't paying attention to directionals on that run. I think we made a left here on that attempt. Whereas here we're making a right, start heading west. Wondering where we're going to enter Crocodilopolis from. We're going to enter from directly north. We're going to enter from the east. We're obviously not entering from the west. There's another town over here. I'm not sure if that's Philadelphia or something out there. I don't think it is it. But it's relatively close to Crocodilopolis. It's directly north of it. So we're in the final stretch. Last 1,000 meters pretty much. It's quite the journey. We're right at 15 minutes right now, so we're going to be under 20 minutes for sure. Our one wheel looks like it's about to fall off. I don't know if it's been like that the whole time. Out 600 meters remain.
Out of the way!
500. Pretty sure that's the beginning of Crocodilopolis right there. But we're heading to the city center point, which is the marker. Seems like we're here. Eventually we'll have crossed into the official city limits. Should be right around here somewhere. Yep, Crocodilopolis, we're here. I think we accidentally killed someone there.
The Greeks have joined us in Washington.
Straight ahead's the gladiator arena.
Out of the way!
Oh, we just went through that. That was weird. Alrighties. As mentioned, Crocodilopolis is a decently sized city.
Hey!
That was pretty much out of my control. Not sure what the hell happened, why we stopped. But pretty much, we're basically here. I mean, it's pretty much right here where we're at. So, to get to the city center, 17 minutes, minus about a minute and a half. Is about 15 and a half minutes to get here. And then obviously all the minor issues that occurred along the way. But as you can tell, we're within 75 meters of the point, which is on top of a building. Or is it? I don't know where it is. It's up in the air apparently. It's just floating up there. But yeah, we couldn't make it back that street. The carriage wouldn't do so. But here we are. Pretty wild journey. Hope you enjoyed. Would really appreciate it if you like, sub, check out our other content. Guys, so that pretty much is gonna sum up my stream. I'm really tired after all that. Excuse me, I had like a hiccups. But again, I'm really tired after all that. That was one hell of a stream. We got a lot done. We're at 1,000 gamer scores, so we officially shut down the gamer score portion till the first DLC in January. We pretty much did everything else I had planned. I wouldn't mind getting the rest of the Ptolemy statues, but again, they don't show on the map unless you're close to them, and I'm not gonna go through the entire map again to try and find those. I mean, here's one right here, but it's like one I already broke. But again, like I don't think there's any that I know of that I missed at this point. Well, never mind. Let's go get that one real quick. Just fast travel into Memphis. But like the Ptolemy statue is the only thing I didn't do, and the elite events for the Gladiator and Hippodrome, which I may or may not do in the future. At the current point though, we're pretty much out of time for this game overall, because I have to get focused on Call of Duty and Star Wars Battlefront 2, because I'd like to finish out one or both of them by end of December. And we have DLCs to handle, so we're kind of overwhelmed still. But less so now that we have one major game off the list. Just really quick, want to go grab this. I'm not even sure if they give you anything for doing all these, but might as well scan the map and grab any that remain. This stream again is coming to an end very shortly. I was about to end it and then I saw that and I figured we might as well just grab it. For anyone interested, starting this week, Call of Duty World War II, Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be the main priorities. Forza Motorsport 7 will come back 3 times a week. Do the usual Friday, Saturday nights. We'll probably have FIFA on Saturday. And Sunday will probably be DLC focused. Like for instance, one idea for Sunday is just do Battlefield 1 all afternoon on the DLC. And then do Little Nightmares at night, something along those lines. Since I skipped Little Nightmares tonight, I just wasn't in the mood to deal with it. It has collectibles, it has certain things you gotta do to get all the achievements.
Hey, what? To kill you!
Keep the neb safe!
Hold the enemy! I must push on! Hold the enemy! I must push on!
Alright, well, we got rid of them, and we got rid of the statue. Wasn't sure if there was any other statues we happened to pass that were standing. I'm just doing a really, really quick check to see if I see anything. Because usually they're placed along the main routes around the map, main roads and whatnot. I think we got most, if not all of them. Obviously didn't have all of them, but I'm guessing we have most. Can't imagine there's many more left. I really did go around the map, and I really tried to clean them out as much as possible. It's probably just random pockets around the map that have them. Just because I, might have missed them. I don't see any here. There's so much map here. Map is so big, guys. Like, holy crap. So I'm really not seeing any statues anywhere to be found. Which works for me, obviously. I am definitely ready for sleep, guys. Like, I am just beat tired. So yeah, it's like that stage when your eyes start getting tired, like, really just, they start to feel exhausted. I'm ready to get off. But again, I just want to verify really fast. There's not much more to check. From what it seems like I got most of them, and if I don't have one, I probably never found it yet. But I've traveled most ways around the map. I've done a lot of traveling, especially for side missions and whatnot, so I've had a chance to cover most of the map. And it seems like we're good to go. So on that note, I'm going to end the stream. The only thing left for me to do in the game would be the elite events. We already did the trial, so Beck, I don't know why it's still showing up. But again, the elite events would be the only thing I'm aware of to complete, especially since I can't spot any Ptolemy statues anywhere. They just don't seem to be around anywhere anymore, because I got them all. And that's that. So again, I may or may not do the elite events, but I'm not going to make it a priority anymore. This game's officially going on backup till DLC. If I care to do the events, my two options are: one, work on it once, stream on Sundays till done, or just wait till the DLC and hammer out the elites with the DLC, especially since I'll level up even more, so that the level 40 events will be, you know, a lot easier. I'm guessing they're going to let us go up to level 45 or 50 with the DLC, and that'll make everything so much easier for the events, which just makes life easier overall. But it's not like I couldn't handle them already. I already dealt with some level 40 Gladiator and stuff, I'm pretty sure. Or it was up close to that, and it was reasonable. So that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's the end of the stream. Assassin's Creed may appear on the channel on Sundays to finish the elite events. If not, you'll see it January when the DLC comes out. Tune in for Call of Duty World War II and Star Wars Battlefront 2 starting this week. Thanks for watching. Peace out.